Hello YouTube, this is Brave New Sleeve, and I'm coming to you to update my 2-week anniversary from my vertical sleeve gastrectomy. On 7/7/14 I had a VSG in Burlington, Vermont, and just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on. Actually, it went really well. I haven't really been in much pain or anything, just a little discomfort here and there. I'm off all of my meds, just been still taking the antacid medicine, and been doing full liquids up until today. Yay! I can actually have mushy foods. We're calling this Mushy Food Monday. I had an appointment with my doctor on Friday, and the 18th, and he went and he removed my staples and my drain, which was kind of a relief. I had those for quite a few days, and those of you who have a staples or a drain, the staples aren't too bad. They don't really hurt any more than when you kind of like were hitting them with your hand, because they do kind of grab them and they pull them apart. Like they have a little machine that goes and opens them up, and they just fall right off. So it's pretty much they just kind of tickle them a little bit. That's not too bad. And then the drain is just more scary than anything. You know, you have the doctor come in and he counts 1, 2, 3, and he pulls it out, and doesn't really hurt, but it feels very, very weird. Apparently the drain, if you can see it, it starts, we'll back up a little bit. I'll have to stand up a little bit, I guess. The drain was about right here, and the doctor told me that it actually went in, I don't know, quite a ways. It like snakes its way up here. So he said it's like 6 or 8 inches long, and so that was a kind of a weird feeling to have that pulled out of you. And then there's a hole. I wasn't sure what they were going to do with the hole, but basically they just put some gauze over it, and I guess it seals itself up. I can't go swimming or anything. The kids are all out swimming in our little pool, but I can just watch. But that's okay. It's a small price to pay. And then when I met with the nutritionist, she said, well, you'll be about 2 weeks out and things are going really well for you, so let's start you on mushy food. So this morning I got to have a scrambled egg, which was really good. And it seems my sleeve is about the size of one large egg, because I had one large egg and it started to feel full. And that's really the biggest mystery right now, is like, when do you feel full, when are you hungry, things like that. And to eat, you do have to eat slow and try to feel for when your sleeve is full. That's definitely taking a lot of work on my part to figure that out. Actually, last Wednesday or Thursday, I had some the Yoplait thick and creamy yogurt. I know it's got a little more sugar, but sometimes you want some yogurt that tastes better than the diet stuff all the time. So I was having that, and I only have about a quarter to a half a container, and I had started eating it, and I think I was just eating too much too quickly, thinking, oh, it's just yogurt, and I wasn't usually I kind of strain it down or chew it up a little bit as I'm swallowing it, but I just kind of gulped it a couple times, and boy, then you know something is wrong, because it basically sits at the top of your sleeve or whatever happens, like a rock. And I actually got a little bit lightheaded and kind of not quite blacked out, but I kind of had tunnel vision there for about 30 seconds. It wasn't because of the pain. It just felt really weird, and then I got lightheaded and just kind of had to like get up from the table and go sit down and kind of get my bearings again. And when I talked to the doctor about it, they said, well, that's normal. That just means that you have, not normal, but that does happen. It means that you have eaten too quickly, eaten too much, not chewed well enough, and that, just try to be aware of the signs before that happens, because you want to get to that point. So when I had my scrambled eggs today, I actually had a baby spoon from when I was a baby, like those symbolic things. And when I was at my mother's house, she dug it out, and I was eating, just filling up the baby spoon, which was very tiny. The nutritionist said maybe the top of your pinky is about how much you want to eat each bite, and then put your spoon down and chew, swallow, think what it feels like, then pick it up and eat it again. I was actually I had to do some things on the computer, so I guess that's a no-no, but I had to do a few things while I was eating, and because it was taking a long time. But it went fine. I didn't have any problems with the eggs. Some people have issues with different foods, but I've had soups with just about everything in it, from seafood to beef to pork to all kinds of different things, and all strained, of course, but the broth hasn't really upset my stomach any. The worst pain I really had was when I came home from the hospital, and I didn't take my Prilosec at night because they had given me some during the day, and I had really bad heartburn. That's the worst pain I think I've had so far, but I've been pretty diligent about taking that, and that's been pretty good. So yeah, Friday I saw the doctor. Everything went well, and I do have another appointment this Friday, and then I'll have another appointment in 6 months, and a couple of things. Not quite non-scale victories yet, but I'm trying to, I like to make sure everything is firm before I declare a victory. But my blood pressure, which has always been a little bit high since I've been heavier, has been more closer to the normal range. I even had some normal readings the other day, and it's just barely in the pre-hypertension, and I haven't been taking any blood pressure medicine, so I'm hoping that will continue to go down. My wife said I sometimes fall asleep without my sleep apnea mask, and she said that I've just been snoring a little bit, whereas before she said it was like a freight train. She couldn't even be in the same room, but now she said it was just a little bit, so I think that is heading in the right direction. I haven't been taking my cholesterol medicine because it's a hard pill. I talked to my weight loss surgery office, and they're going to try to do a test. Either I'll go tomorrow for a blood test or Wednesday, or they can do it in the office. I'm just trying to figure out the details for that, and then I'll have a check on my cholesterol and see where that's at, and whether I need to start taking that again. That can be more genetic also than what you're eating, as a lot of you know, so we'll see what happens with that. But I really try to reduce how much medicine I've been taking, and then I can slowly add it on. Even my allergy medicine, I'm really just taking my nose spray, stuff like that. One thing also today I'm going to be starting, and I just started is taking gummy vitamins. I happen to have some over-the-counter Nature's Best or something like that from before I had the VSG, so I had some of those today, and those went down easy. There's no problem with that, just chewable little gummies. And I did put it on Facebook to find out what most people are taking, and it seems like either one of the Centrums, like Centrum Silver or Centrum for Men or whatever, chewables, or a lot of people are taking Flintstone vitamins, and that's what my doctor had recommended. She said, take Flintstone, my nutritionist actually, take Flintstone vitamins or Centrum or one of the name brands, something that you can find easily and has as many nutrients and as high as on each level as possible. And before we explore like Advantage or Bariatric Choice or whatever, we'll do a blood test and see what the vitamin levels are using the store brand kind of over the counter vitamins, and then we'll upgrade to the other ones if we need to. So I'm gonna be going to Sam's Club today. I'll look at a couple what they have there and get started on that. And so also I had a pretty good weekend. Some friends came over on Friday. I went and got my stitches out, so my staples out and my drain, and kind of felt like a new person, really a big step towards recovery. my car was coming up for the end of the lease, so I ended up getting a new Kia Sorento, I believe they're called, which is really like that car. We got a great deal on it. And we're actually thinking about going to a one-car family, which will be interesting. Help us save some money. But most of the time, one of our cars is always sitting in the driveway. I'm actually bringing my wife's car in for some brake work because her brakes are all rusty because she just never uses it, and she's only got 20,000 miles on that car. So I think we're going to get rid of that car. And I only work about 1.5 miles from work, so I only live about 1.5 miles from work, so I should be able to either ride my bike in, which I've done before, but or walk, or my one of the guys I work with lives 3 houses down, and he goes in the same time I do, and I'm sure he would not mind if I catched a ride, especially if I paid for gas and stuff like that. So we're going to look at it. We got the option to do it, so we're going to give it a try and hopefully save a little extra money. So and it may force me to do exercise in the morning, doing my bike ride in and stuff, because I always love riding bikes. So and then there's always negotiation for a small motorcycle or scooter. There's always negotiating between me and my wife for that, but that's still in the works. And just looking at my list here, so hunger is still one of those things. It's really difficult to tell whether you're hungry or not. I think I always kind of have an empty-ish feeling, like right after you eat. You feel full, but you still. I'm constantly feeling, searching my stomach to see what it feels like. It's nothing like before where it was a nagging hunger. I would always call it the beast because, as soon as I got hungry, I had to eat something. Sometimes I feel empty. A lot of times if I really get hungry, I can tell because my stomach starts spasming, like it's kind of trying to squish the food down and there's nothing in there. And that doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. There must not be many pain receptors in the stomach because I have the staples and everything, but it does feel very odd. I usually try, if I feel that feeling, I usually try to get something. And that's one of the things. It is hard to travel. Like I've been doing a lot of traveling over to Burlington, and we went to the Almanzo Wilder Farm from Little House on the Prairie this weekend with our friends, and I had brought a shake and some yogurt and pudding and stuff, but it's just not as convenient. I can't wait to be able to have a Quest bar and just have it in my pocket, and then when you're out on a tour, you can just grab it. You don't have to go back to the car and try to eat this yogurt or whatever stuff. So that is a challenge. And we were in Burlington trying to find a quick restaurant because we were running late. We wanted to see a movie, and we ended up going to a little supermarket. A lot of the supermarkets have soups and stuff, like a soup bar, so I was able to go to the soup bar and kind of strain a little bit of through one of the slotted spoons at the salad bar. I just took one of those and kind of strained everything into a cup and then ate it, and I actually got to try some really interesting yogurts. They had, different areas all have different yogurts, so that's fun to go in and try. And this, being Vermont, had this grain-fed or grass-fed milk yogurt with maple flavoring, and it was that real maple syrup in it and stuff, I believe. But that was really interesting. It tastes pretty good. I was only able to eat about a quarter of it, and then I had to throw it away. But still, pretty interesting. So if you're around that area, you can check that. I got it at Shaw's. I still have the cravings for food. I think, though, that's psychological. We had a cookout this weekend with the pasta salad and everything. My wife made s'mores bars and everything, but it's fairly easy to resist. But you do kind of look at like a nice juicy cheeseburger longingly. I'm like, I kind of wish I could have that. I remember how good they taste and everything, but instead I just ordered in a soup from one of the a soup from the restaurant, and we had pizza too. And I just ordering in soup and straining it. So soon I'll be able to blend that stuff, blend more interesting foods up. And I love macaroni salads, or I love ham salads and chicken salad and tuna salad and stuff like that. So that'll be a great transition for me. Looking forward to that. Now, my weight has started to slow down a little bit. I was losing like a pound a day for a while, but now I'm losing, either staying still or losing like a quarter of a pound here and there, half a pound. So I'm hoping I can keep losing. I think 2 pounds a week is a good way to lose the weight in a healthy way. I'm still trying to walk around the neighborhood a mile and a half, taking it slow because I know I'm 2 weeks out. I'm still healing inside, but everything is healing up pretty nice. And next week, actually, I will be starting back to work, unless I can get my doctor to write me a note to stay another week out. But I don't think that's going to happen. But it has actually gone fairly quickly. It seemed like it took forever to get the surgery, and now 2 weeks later things are really looking up, so I'm pretty happy with it. I hope everybody else's journey is going well, and I will see you on the tube.